Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, March 17th, at 3:28 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 781 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Tanzania's populist President John Magufuli has died at 61. Army denies medals, Special Forces insignia to soldier Trump pardoned for alleged murder. Older Asian man robbed in SF laundromat ambush-style attack. Israel-Jordan relations deteriorate into crisis. IRS pushes tax filing deadline by 1 month, to May 15th. Explainer, why is California Governor Newsom facing recall? Kat-year-old was arrested at school when she was 6. Nearly 2 years later, she still has to bring herself out of despair. 2 jurors dropped from Chauvin trial following $27 settlement. 2 missing after Southern California fireworks explosion. Russia recalls ambassador to U.S. for consultations after Biden calls Putin a killer. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Democrats have put the filibuster in the hot seat. Here's where it comes from, CNN. Amazon warehouse worker testifies to Senate, my workday feels like a 9-hour intense workout every day, CNN. Racist extremists pose most deadly terrorist threat to U.S., intelligence report warns, The Guardian. President John Magufuli of Tanzania dies at 61, The New York Times. Hive updates, 8 killed in Atlanta area spa shootings, CBS News. Toronto watch warns south of particularly dangerous storms, The New York Times. S&P 500 ends at record high after Fed projects stronger economy, Reuters Canada. U.S. economy to grow faster than forecast, says Federal Reserve, BBC News. Ohio Attorney General sues to block part of the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, NBC News. Xbox's Auto HDR support comes to Windows PC, Polygon. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Everything we've been doing to teach kids about periods is wrong. Host of Trump's January 6th pre-insurrection rally holding summit at his Doral golf course. 12 things disabled people want their non-disabled friends to know. 15th century bull bought for $35 at yard sale resells for $722,000. Millions bracing across Southeast as tornadoes sweep region. Kentucky moves to adopt early voting, bucking GOP crusade against voting rights. Biden, Major is a sweet dog stressed out by White House living. First Korean-American Congresswoman urges people to call racist anti-Asian violence what it is. Joe Biden responds to Atlanta massage spa shootings. Andrew Cuomo refuses to give hard-hit New York County a mass vaccination site. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Loved one was a victim of a racist verbal assault. Expert says vaccinations having positive impact. Mom, son hug for first time in a year. 111-year-old rolls up sleeve for COVID-19 vaccine. Museum intruders use getaway boat on bayou. Trump Tower employees mistakenly vaccinated. Massage therapist reinvents small business. Manager shocked after officer posts bad review over COVID policy. Immunotherapy for peanut, tree nut allergies. Hope floats for summer gatherings. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. James Levine, former Met Opera maestro, is dead at 77. Fed projects patience even as economic outlook brightens. Georgia, stimulus payments, March Madness, your Wednesday evening briefing. Tax day delayed to May 17, IRS says. EU proposes travel certificate in hope of saving summer season. New report warns of rising threat of domestic terrorism. Georgia killings stir Asians' fears, suspect charged with murder. Tornado watch warns south of particularly dangerous storms. Trust in AstraZeneca vaccine is shaken in Europe. Jerome Powell promises not to take away the punch bowl. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. CNN panned for suggesting DeSantis shouldn't take credit for booming Florida during pandemic. House votes to reauthorize Violence Against Women Act. John Kerry caught maskless on flight, American Airlines looking into apparent COVID violation. Giants' Dave Gettleman criticized for failing to find number one wide receiver amid start of free agency. After delay, 538 plans to implement Biden score tracking Congress loyalty to president. Dr. Ungerleider tells your world the important steps to getting students back in the classroom. Man arrested outside VP Harris residence with rifle and ammunition, D.C. police say. Father of girl kidnapped by fugitive mom sends message to daughter, you were never allowed to know me. Coors Light will trade you free beer for quarantine clutter. Psaki says tax increase on high earners will apply to families, not individuals. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, March 17th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. IRS tax filing deadline being pushed back to May 17th. Video, customer angry over wing order throws cash register through restaurant window. Third stimulus check, when will your $1,400 economic impact payment arrive? NCAA Tournament 2021, 5 potential breakout stars. South Florida doctors say healthcare worker mom passed COVID antibodies to baby during pregnancy. How the NCAA tournament will be different, and the same. Ted Boyle and Colorado Buffaloes went from low of lows after Pac-12 tournament to hearing names called on Sunday. NCAA Tournament 2021, 5 potential bracket busters to keep in mind while filling out your bracket. A Grammy salute to the sounds of change comes to CBS on March 17th. Charmaine Walker on VH1's Black Ink Crew, Chicago, things have changed drastically with tattooing. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Woman who had all her teeth pulled out gets $30,000 smile makeover. American Pie singer Don McLean's wife accuses him of physical and sexual abuse. Marvel unveils first gay Captain America, a superhero gets LGBTQ+ makeover. Dr. Dre asks judge to give him single status amid bitter divorce from Nicole Young. Misogyny will now be recorded as a hate crime after government concession. Signs of malaria found in 7,000-year-old human bones. God-fearing gunman, 21, targeted 3 massage parlors because he blamed them for his sex addiction. Boy racer, 23, put 7 of his friends in hospital while showing off. Hundreds of Liverpool students gather for St. Patrick's Day gathering, despite COVID-19 lockdown. The Football Association put children at risk by failing to ban 2 serial predatory pedophiles. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. EU unveils vaccine passport plan to enable summer travel. Brazil's rolling coronavirus disaster is a global problem. As Myanmar protesters torch Chinese factories, workers are caught in spy rolling crisis. Japan's failure to recognize same-sex marriage is unconstitutional, court rules. COVID-19 live updates, CDC releases new workplace testing guidance. They give birth, and they're alone, childbirth in the time of COVID. How Chile's vaccination push outpaced the rest of the Western Hemisphere. Canada, detained Canadians to go on trial in China shortly. John Magufuli, coronavirus denying president of Tanzania, dies at 61. While its AstraZeneca COVID vaccinations are suspended, Europe is confronting a third wave. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Chelsea 2-0 Atletico Madrid, AG, 3-0, Champions League last 16, second leg, live. Washington teen testifies on the Equality Act to expand protections for LGBTQ+ Americans, live. Ziyech and Emerson steer Chelsea past Atletico Madrid and into quarters. Coronavirus live news, UK Foreign Secretary says EU threat to block vaccine exports needs explaining. Netherlands election, Mark Rutte on course to win fourth term. Atlanta spa shootings, suspect charged with murder after 8 people killed, latest updates. Racist extremists pose most deadly terrorist threat to U.S., intelligence report warns. That hit home for me, Atlanta reeling after spa shootings of Asian Americans. California governor gears up for recall fight as critics say they've reached 2M signatures. Police will be required to record crimes motivated by hostility to women, minister. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. IRS delays tax filing deadline to May 17 because of COVID-related changes. 2 jurors dismissed over knowledge of $27 million settlement to George Floyd family. DHS chief grilled by lawmakers over handling of migrant surge at border. Man arrested for gun offenses near vice president's official residence, police. Biden puts St. Patrick's Day pride on display as he meets with Irish Prime Minister. Assumptions about hurricane season face winds of change. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. John Magufuli, Tanzania's president, dies age 61 after health rumors. Sana Seif, Egypt rights activist jailed for spreading false news. Atlanta shootings, suspect charged with murder as victims identified. Ukraine rejects Iran's final report on downing of flight PS-752. Dutch election, exit polls indicate win for Mark Rutte. John Magufuli, Tanzania's bulldozer president. Russia recalls envoy after Biden remarks about Putin. Biden says his dog Major will return to the White House after biting incident. Eni and Shell, Italian court acquits oil giants in Nigeria corruption case. COVID-19, EU warns UK over vaccine exports. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Atlanta spa shootings, suspect charged with murder, too soon to tell if killings were racially motivated, police say. With the Real World Homecoming cast to more reality TV? AP Top Stories March 17 p. Atlanta area spa shootings, suspect officially charged after 8 people killed at 3 spas, most victims were Asian. Derek Chauvin trial live, 2 jurors chosen to replace those cut for saying they were swayed by settlement over George Floyd's death. Extreme peril, tornadoes spotted in Mississippi, Alabama amid rare warnings, home damage reported. New York grandmother prescribed post-vaccine hug. Parlor shooting 911 call audio released. Saki, U.S.-Russia relations will look different. Governor Cuomo gets the J&J vaccine in Harlem. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. 2 bodies at Ontario fireworks explosion tentatively identified, 100 homes still evacuated. Serious flaws in police response to borderline shooting caused delays, report says. Tiger Woods didn't get special treatment after crash, LA County Sheriff says amid questions. As LA's orange coronavirus tier, is another wave of reopenings around the corner? New Facebook tool aims to connect people to vaccines, but disinformation is rampant. When will California get more COVID-19 vaccine? Here's what we know. Disneyland to reopen April 30th. This is getting stupid. How the quest to build a helipad next to Sheriff Villanueva's home turned ugly. Flying debris, shattered windows, flames, videos, terrified residents describe deadly Ontario explosion. Are the beret wearers of Silver Lake and Echo Park here for revolution or croissants? We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, March 17, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Tanzania's COVID skeptic President John Magufuli dies at 61. Tanzania's COVID-denying president dies from COVID. Tokyo Olympics creative chief quits over pitch to dress plus-size celebrity as Olympic. Jehovah's Witness is given €12,000 fine for incitement to hatred against ex-members. Russia recalled its ambassador to the United States to Moscow for consultations on the future of US-Russia ties on Wednesday, shortly after President Joe Biden said Vladimir Putin would pay a price for alleged election meddling. Russia calls back U.S. ambassador as it ponders irreversible degradation after Biden brands Putin a killer. Russian woman refused custody of her children after court determines she has immoral lifestyle because of tattoos and piercings. Ocean conservation zones would slow down climate change as well as benefiting fishing communities, experts say. Denmark will limit the number of non-Western residents in neighborhoods to 30% to reduce the risk of religious and cultural parallel societies. Statue of Netanyahu relieving himself erected in Tel Aviv. Microbes unknown to science discovered on the International Space Station. China tells media not to air Oscars live after Hong Kong protest film nomination. AstraZeneca to deliver less than 40% of promised vaccines in second quarter. Biden says Putin will pay a price for 2020 election interference. EU threatens tougher vaccine export curbs in dispute with UK, US. The next headlines are from Forbes. Trump's damaging rhetoric contributed to bias against Asian Americans, White House says after Atlanta shooting. Lily Sweets reportedly selling its sugar-free chocolate business. Top's racist BTS garbage pail kid sticker would have been a terrible idea at any time. Finding white space amid waves of White Claw. IRS extends this year's tax deadline to May 17. Domestic extremists motivated by election fraud narrative could commit more violence this year, threat assessment finds. A new Britney documentary is coming to BBC. Is the grocery industry doomed to make the mistakes of the past? Ricky Fowler keeps his style tight with Palm Tree Crew as he looks to rebound on the fairway. Ohio sues Biden administration over relief plan, measure blocks states from using funds for tax cuts. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Chlorophyllus. Abel Prize celebrates Union of Mathematics and Computer Science. Politics and the pandemic disrupt migration patterns in research. Identification of bacteria-derived HLA-bound peptides in melanoma. High-order superlattices by rolling up Van der Waals heterostructures. COVID-19 acts as a catalyst in India's quest for self-sufficiency. Ocean protection needs a spirit of compromise. Rare birds in Australia have forgotten how to sing their own song. Publisher correction, lifetime and improving European healthcare through cell-based interceptive medicine. A plastic fabric could keep people cool and help to fight global warming. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,692,655,703 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. ATN Entertainment taps literary and talent manager Mike Diaz exclusive. Venom 2 feat release date delayed to September. The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima LEGANG Awards nominees. Schitt's Creek alum Karen Robinson among 5 cast in CW non-dramedy pilot. Casey Wasserman to acquire Paradigm Agency's North American music assets. Inside Oscars COVID-safe show, an open-air ceremony with half the presenters exclusive. Music industry moves, Luke Mitzman and 100 partner with Pulse Management, Mikey Blanco signs with Transgressive. How Hollywood is complicit in the violence against Asians in America. Olivia Munn, Daniel Day Kim and more call for action after Atlanta shootings, please help us. Fox Corporation, exec Viet plays down speculation he's making big decisions at company. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Texas man arrested with guns, ammo outside of vice presidential residence. Tanzania President John Magufuli, a COVID-19 skeptic, has died. House renews Violence Against Women Act, but Senate hurdles remain. White House announces $10 billion for COVID-19 testing in schools. IRS expected to push back tax filing deadline. Light at end of tunnel, Fed sees faster economic growth, with only modest inflation. Wells Fargo site crashes as customers try to see if they've received stimulus payments. Disneyland theme parks will reopen to California residents in April. EU officials propose digital travel certificates, vaccination not required. Vaccinating children seen as a key step toward COVID-19 herd immunity. The following headlines are from The Week. Tanzanian President John Magufuli dies at 61. Why a small tweak to America's North Korea policy revealed a bigger change. Suspect in Atlanta shootings charged with murder. The Daily Gossip, Liam Neeson celebrates St. Patrick's Day, Demi Lovato gets honest about her independence, and more. Iranian Foreign Minister, Biden's push for more concessions will go nowhere. IRS to reportedly delay tax filing deadline by a month. Sperm whales shared information on how to avoid human attacks in the 19th century, study suggests. How Billie Eilish contributed to Demi Lovato's awakening. Judge dismisses 2 jurors in Chauvin trial over their reactions to George Floyd family settlement. Police display bizarre sympathy for Atlanta massage parlor mass shooter. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. What does Build Back Better look like for live music? Barrier breaking. Truly Texas Mexican bites off more than it can chew. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Abnormal shrimp, an apex predator or barely chewing? The next headlines are from Universe Today. Frosty sand dunes on Mars. A Titan mission could refuel on site and return a sample to Earth. It turns out that the world's oldest impact crater isn't an impact crater. Do supermassive black holes come from supermassive stars? These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, March 17th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Early science results, and more sounds, from Perseverance Mars rover. Was ancient Earth a water world? Highest energy cosmic rays originate in star clusters, not supernovae. Climate change altering Earth's rivers. Life materials found on asteroid Itacaca. How Antarctica was linked to old Gondwana neighbors. Billions of cicadas may be coming soon to trees near you. The next news is from Politico. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Capitol Police officer's widow presses Congress for 1/6 commission. Behave like grown-ups, conservative rebellion boils over in House. Biden administration defends curbs on state tax cuts in COVID bill as Ohio sues. Cuomo accuser's lawyer criticizes Assembly's pick for impeachment counsel. IRS delays tax filing deadline until May 17th. Fed sees U.S. economic growth surging to 6.5% this year. FBI, overwhelmed police released violent riot suspect on January 6, then he rejoined the mob. Yang decries Georgia shooting, calls for more funding for hate crime task force. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Chelsea and Lask 8 for first time since 2014, they earn advance in UCL. End to the age of defend at all cost, WAMP backs calls for culture change in politics. Girl, 5, dies after being hit by van in Sydney's northwest. Tanzania's coronavirus skeptic president dies age 61. Petrol demand may never recover from the pandemic. Center Alliance cuts coalition government's industrial relations changes. ASX to slip, even as U.S. Fed repeats pledge to keep rates low. Dysfunctional, scathing hockey culture report released. Victoria's COVID-free streak stretches to 20 days. Gold Coast man charged with domestic violence offenses after emergency declaration. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Market Extra, Dow scores fastest 1,000-point move in history as it tops 33,000 milestone. Here's what drove it there. Student loans, charity and pet bills. Here's what readers say they will do with their $1,400 stimulus checks. The Wall Street Journal, China to seek U.S. rollback of Trump policies at Alaska meeting. What's worth streaming? Here's what's coming to Hulu in April 2021, and what's leaving. Big polluter India reportedly mulls 2050 net zero emissions target that would beat China by a decade. Best new ideas in retirement, a new law would require employees to save for retirement. Tax Watch, IRS, will delay April 15th tax filing deadline by 1 month, but there's one caveat. Personal Finance Daily, the Fed plans to keep interest rates low. Here's why mortgage rates could rise anyway and Sanders to CEOs, pay workers more or pay the government more. The ratings game, McDonald's sales set to supersize thanks to stimulus checks and new chicken sandwich, analysts say. Schumer, with relief bill, major argument against student debt cancellation vanishes. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Changes to March in rights under Beidou and more, J.D. Supra. Good news for patentees, bipartisan NSCAI invokes national security in calling for legislation to clarify patent eligibility, IPWatchdog.com. Late but not too late submitting post-filing data during patent prosecution in selected jurisdictions, J.D. Supra. Celebrate Women's History Month, share this inventor's profound story with your children, Forbes. Indian Institute of Spices research bags patent for biocapsules, The Hindu. Writing a new chapter on innovation, UC San Diego Health. Lynch LLP offers guidelines for patent costs so you can plan ahead. iNews. What is your invention worth? EE-Journal. EE-Journal. Perspectives. Biden's patent chief will have immense power over drug prices. Don't hog the COVID patents. Kaiser Health News. How to use standards contribution data to understand SEC portfolios. I am. The next headlines are from Quartz. Space debris. Quartz is selling the first ever NFT news article. This article is on sale as an NFT. E-commerce will soon be a trillion-dollar industry in the U.S. The geopolitical buzzword of the moment is the Indo-Pacific. China is boosting its vaccine diplomacy with visa perks for taking its shots. The burnout issue. Europe has never been confident in COVID-19 vaccines. Nigeria's crypto startups and traders are still at the mercy of its central bank. Atlanta mass shooting, vaccine diplomacy in Africa, fashions diversity. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. After 40 years of being wrong, Texas Rangers finally decide hypnosis isn't a viable investigative technique. PACT Act is back. Bipartisan Section 230 reform bill remains mistargeted and destructive. Florida prisons are buying up location data from data brokers. Daily Deal, the complete 2021 beginner to expert guitar lessons bundle. Massive SMS flaw gives an attacker full access to your accounts for $16. Maryland legislators pass bill that would keep most teens from being prosecuted for sexting. Apple sued over diverse images, which is all idea and no specific expression. Florida Sheriff's Office sued for using predictive policing program to harass residents. Tech Dirt Podcast Episode 274, Lessons in Innovation from the History of Fabric. Netflix starts cracking down on the diabolical menace of password sharing. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Easter. Sharon Osbourne. David Dobrik. Jerome Powell. Sean Bradley. Tax deadline 2021. Captain America. AJ Green. Weather radar. Irish flag. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Biden bait and switch. Almost half Americans think someone else is making the president's decisions. False alarm or malicious rumor. Twitter account claiming to be Ecuadorian FM falsely announces death of Julian Assange. U.S. road safety regulator sides with GM after widower's lawsuit over deadly car crash. Lebanon's president demands PM quit if he cannot form government to tackle pandemic fallout and economic crisis. Pollster rebrands asking woman on a date or complimenting her looks as sexual harassment, akin to grabbing bum or upskirt photo. Half of Austrians fear stating opinions publicly, citing over-the-top political correctness and fear of being branded alt-right. With the U.S. immigration crisis escalating, Biden administration attempts to ban Border Patrol agents from talking to media, reports. After day of drama, Russian ambassador to U.S. summoned back to Moscow for consultations on future relations with Washington. It's not looking good for him, Mike Perry says ex-UFC star Askren will struggle against Jake Paul after training with YouTuber. Scottish government to nationalise country's ScotRail operator from next spring, when franchise expires. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Bill Maher admits U.S. has lost to China because of wokeism and culture wars. U.S. notifies China it will enforce Trump-era sanctions on Iran oil shipments. With 13,000 kids in cages, we remember when Biden vowed to flood the border when elected. Ex-Goldman Sachs exec buys Jeffrey Epstein's NYC mansion for $51 million. NFT mania, the next crypto bubble? It's complicated. Dems snark at DeSantis for taking credit as maskless Florida dooms. Would St. Patrick be allowed to celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Powell pumps Bitcoin, bonds, and big tech, crashes dollar. Goldman, we were wrong about the Fed. Morgan Stanley becomes first major U.S. bank to offer crypto funds. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Human error, inside Iran's report on downing of Ukraine plane. Racist extremists most dangerous, U.S. intelligence report. U.S. asks for life in prison for brother of Honduran president. PM Mark Rutte's party wins most seats in Dutch vote, exit poll. Lebanon's Aoun tells PM-designate Hariri to form government or go. The Fed boosts its forecast for U.S. economic growth this year. Kenyan court upholds ban on female genital mutilation. Sudanese military firm agrees to give up civilian business. Top Turkish prosecutor files case to close pro-Kurdish HDP. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Men arrested for firearm ammo offenses near Vice President's residence. Reporters berate Biden administration for blocking media access to child migrant detention camps. Bernie Sanders wants business tax on CEOs paid 50 times more than median employee. Ann Coulter, GOP moves to save Biden, we want amnesty, too. Milwaukee judge arrested for alleged child porn. Photo, American Airlines announces investigation into John Kerry's violation of federal mask mandate. Vanita Gupta supports $15 minimum wage while family business pays Mexicans $1.30 an hour. Jimmy Kimmel asks Michelle Obama whether she and Barack had sex to celebrate Bin Laden killing. Ron DeSantis proposes banning teaching of critical race theory in Florida. Hollywood celebrities rush to blame Asian hate as motive in Atlanta killings while police indicate race not motive. The next headlines are from UPI News. Book return to New York Library was 63 years overdue. North Carolina man's lottery ticket search pays off with $1 million jackpot. Watch, tree trimmer climbs 50 feet to rescue stranded cat. Watch, 8-year-old uses hands and feet to break Rubik's Cube world record. Watch, last paycheck from ex-employer shows up as oil-covered pennies. Watch, Iowa couple recreates wedding photos for 50th anniversary. Watch, large manta ray photobombs surfer at Florida beach. Look, New York business 1,100 square foot shamrock aims for world record. Look, home invading raccoon found sleeping in dishwasher. $1 million winning lottery ticket was in winner's vehicle for 2 months. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 5 strange but true facts about cars. These are all the ways to use baking soda, Part 1. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Yo-Yo Ma gives surprise performance of COVID vaccine site after getting jab. Cannabis compound inhibits COVID-19 replication in human lung cells, study says. Admirable bosses lead to more productive employees, says survey. One of archaeology's great mysteries nearly solved as scientists piece together 2,000-year-old astronomy calculator. Texas and Philly join movement to dim lights at night, making it safer for migrating birds. Medals found in dumpster reveal her dad was a World War II hero but never told anyone. Watch. Wall Street bets traders donate $300,000 to adopt gorillas from Dian Fossey Fund. The ever-growing pile of electronic waste is now on the decline, study finds. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, March 17th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Sperm whales in 19th century shared ship attack information. Alberta politicians slam vicious Netflix cartoon for kids, says Bigfoot family. A cartoon with talking animals defames the oil and gas industry. High school homecoming queen gets arrested for 3 felonies, sent to jail. A 50-year-old Japanese man has been using Facetune to pose as a young female biker, who became very popular for her good looks. Pastor who heals people by farting on their faces, claims he farts the Holy Spirit. Utah campaign against porn marches on with phone filter plan. No screaming on California theme park rides, guidelines say. She kept a library book for 63 years, it was time to return it. RV driver annihilates new Jeep Wrangler by flat-towing it in gear. Florida assistant principal, daughter arrested in homecoming queen vote scandal. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Android 12-second developer preview finally adds a one-handed mode. The key to making AI green is quantum computing. Watch AIM Diss the Patriarchy in new music video. NASA spotted a snake-like exoplanet that shed and regrew its own atmosphere. Learn to profitably run ads on Facebook with this comprehensive training for less than $4 per course. This AI-powered tool is how you create the ironclad resume for landing the job of your dreams. What does it cost to charge an F? We show you the math. What's GAN, and why is it the next big thing in charging? College esports are booming, but women are being left out. Closing roads near schools cuts NO2 levels by 23% in London. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Double-duty catalyst generates hydrogen fuel while cleaning up wastewater. A new view on plate tectonics. Icy ocean world seismometer passes further testing in Greenland. Muddling speed-ups in nutrient-seeking bacteria. Time lost as brain lost. Missing baryons found in 4 outreaches of galactic halos. Arctic was once lush and green, could be again. Rivers across the U.S. are losing flow to aquifers. Ocean areas that, if strongly protected, would help solve climate, food and biodiversity crises. How to speed up muscle repair. The next headlines are from Information Week. Ways to break gender gridlock in cybersecurity careers. 6 tips for IT pros aspiring to be a modern-day CIO. Finding the right balance of on-site and at-home IT workers. AI 1 year later, how the pandemic impacted the future of technology. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, March 17th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA to host briefing to preview first Mars helicopter flights. NASA astronaut Mark Van Hay available for interviews prior to launch. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Men shot by police during standoff in Washington County. After the Utah Jazz coughed the ball up early and often Tuesday, they're focused on improving their precision. Josh Newman, 68 thoughts, ramblings and things to ponder as the NCAA tournament arrives. Utah County creates team to review guilty verdicts of people who say they are innocent. Bagley cartoon, A Better Way. Man claiming to have a gun and a bomb shuts down Legacy Parkway. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland to visit Utah ahead of decision on Bears Ears, Grand Staircase monuments. Governor Cox declares drought emergency for all of Utah. Mormon land, the loss of historic murals and the live endowment through the tearful eyes of a Salt Lake temple worker. Body found in American Fork Canyon confirmed to be missing hiker. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Scientists grow mouse embryos in a mechanical room. Chuck Schumer wants to replace every gas car in America with an electric vehicle. NASA to test rocket in the next step towards returning to the moon. Shifting attention to accuracy can reduce misinformation online. Intel puts Apple's Mac guy into new ads praising PCs. US moves toward barring more Chinese carriers on security. New soba noodle making robot at Japan train station eatery can cook 150 servings an hour. Bitcoin ATMs are coming to a gas station near you. Next 5G auction to feature large tracks sought by carriers. Line app allowed Chinese firm to access personal user data. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Call for volunteers with medical skills to help with vaccination events. Missouri goes 5 straight days with fewer than 500 new COVID cases. Get 35-cent concretes at Andy's Frozen Custard for their 35th anniversary. New strategy to boost COVID vaccination in North St. Louis County. Mass COVID vaccination event this weekend at the Americas Center in downtown St. Louis. Tax increase, Biden confirms plan for small to significant hike on high earners. Suspect in Atlanta area massage parlor shootings charged with 8 counts of murder. IRS to delay tax deadline until mid-May, report says. Small earthquake recorded in southeast Missouri. Turned a corner, Biden's dog will return to the White House. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Beloved local school camp turns 75. Chamber encourages businesses to help employees get vaccinated. Mayor responds to public outcry after shootings at Chula Vista Park. Man dies after getting shot near South Bay High School. Chula Vista Elementary District sets date for return to in-person classes. Officials ID 1 of 3 killed by suspected DUI crash into homeless camp. Officer shot in face, gunman killed during shootout near USC. Proposed bills would take badges from misbehaving California officers. Disneyland theme parks set to reopen, with restrictions, on April 30th. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. U.S. spy agencies warn of growing domestic terrorism threat. Ethnic Studies, the Third World Liberation Front and my grandmother. Always wanted to be secret agent? Here's how you can join Britain's. Jail for teacher who installed spy camera in North Yorkshire school bathroom and had stash of child sex images. Chinese hackers target telecom companies worldwide. Alleged killer of spa workers tracked by GPS. Hidden camera catches guy abandoning pit bull outside a store. The Dodo Pit Thai Nation. What's moving the market Wednesday? Tracy Valder, the unexpected spy, to speak at LPM Spring Fling Mar, 23. Israeli tell-all book reveals previously unknown details about Mossad Amazon's operations. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Air Force shows footage of A-64 helicopter loaded with Spike NLOS missiles. AeroVironment gets $45 M contract modification for deadly swarming drones. U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit stealth bombers arrives in Portugal. Ricardo defends to improve safety of U.S. Army's iconic HMMWV. U.S. tells Congress of plans to sell Javelin anti-tank missiles to Norway. U.S. State Department approves Stryker infantry carrier purchase by North Macedonia. Russian military helicopter violates Ukrainian airspace. DARPA, Silvus announced next step for next-generation target recognition technology. Raybird 3 unmanned aircraft achieves autonomous takeoff from moving car. Hanwha led team reveals new details about its Redback fighting vehicle. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. A fight for women's suffrage in the early days of the Chinese Republic. China approves fifth COVID-19 shot in push to vaccinate 500 million by end of June. Valium and other meds for sale illegally as online pharmacies boom in China. Tech companies hit hard in this year's 315 Gala. Beijing is going to restrain and not kill it. New surveys find Chinese women still struggle to achieve equality both at work and at home. Qinghai by motorbike, ghost cities, oil fields, and alien ruins. An artist and her gun in 1989, Shaolu's accidental revolt. Chinese pharma's history of counterfeits, fakes, and quality issues. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, March 17, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Warriors Wiseman, Pascal out due to health and safety protocols. Sonoma County has new cutting-edge technology to fight fires. Blue Check Homes, San Francisco artist offers verified badge crest for homes. Armed gunmen arrested near VP Kamala Harris home. Mayor Breed, 260,000 San Franciscans have received COVID-19 vaccine. Serial stowaway escapes facility and is arrested again at Chicago airport, police say. 3 arrested in attack of man at laundromat in San Francisco's Chinatown. Bill seeks to block trans athletes from girls' teams. Mills College will no longer be accepting new students. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. COVID-19 housing bill aims to provide additional support to renters, homeowners. Jim O'Donnell, former Bulls play-by-play voice brutalized in Lyft carjacking. Thanks to Bahamas Bowl, Elk Grove gas station breaks ground Friday. Butler dissed 53 to retrofit schools with air purification systems, LEDs. Tractor Supply store planned for St. Charles. Lake County resident diagnosed with Brazilian COVID-19 variant. Cook County opens vaccination to people under 65 with medical conditions. Controversial Thornton's gas station plan withdrawn in Mundelein, fate of site unknown. Mass COVID-19 vaccination site in Batavia to open Friday. Morton Arboretum delays Human plus Nature art opening. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Everett City Council to vote on controversial no-sit, no-lie ordinance. Leavenworth cancels Oktoberfest celebrations for second year in a row amid COVID-19. Former Seattle City Council President, Interim Mayor Bruce Harrell announces 2021 mail bid. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in West Chile rise March 17, 2021, 012 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth 10 km, in Maldives March 17, 2021, 004 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Pacaya in Guatemala. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, March 17th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. And one more thing, further thoughts on how the IC can do better. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. IRS will delay tax filing due date until May 17th. Deshaun Watson accused by Massachusetts of exposing himself. Governor Abbott hits at Biden over immigration policies amid Texas border surge. Houston looking at overnight temperatures in the 40s after stormy day. Clear Creek ISD high schoolers get statewide recognition for rolling COVID-19 safety plans. Worst house, a taste of Germany and Texas. Born to Run, the legend of Sonny Kashianowicz. Shootings at 3 Georgia spas leave 8 dead, alleged gunman charged with murder. ABC 13 to host virtual job fair in the Memorial area featuring nearly 100 jobs. Live with Kelly and Ryan marks 52 straight weeks as top-rated daytime talk show among women. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Gonzaga writing offensive efficiency through perfect season. Colts open free agency by making Wentz's trade official. Column, Patriot reboot, but enough to win without Brady? Wild Saucy banned one game for high hit on Coyotes Garland. Tanzania's President John Magufuli has died at 61. Lawyer says authorities disregarded Huawei exec's rights. Boyle advisory lifted for all of Jackson, 1 month later. Closed circuit, March Madness trip leads to life on lockdown. Treasury says some state tax cuts okay under Biden Relief Act. Public reaction to killings at Atlanta area massage parlors. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, tax day delayed. Potential changes at NJ's Cannabis Commission may pose new stumbling block to legalization. Richest woman in world donates to NYC elections for first time. MTA refuses to disclose legal cost of fighting accessibility lawsuits. Indoor group fitness classes can resume Monday in NYC, Cuomo says. Andrew Yang says he can feel hatred against Asians on streets of NYC. Cuomo pushes cuts to safety net hospitals after they stepped up during pandemic. Harlem leaders rally around Cuomo at press conference excluding the press. Where mayoral candidates are getting their money and what they're spending it on. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, M4.9 quake has struck near Greenland Sea. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag strikes near Greenland Sea. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag strikes near Kermadec Islands region. Moderate earthquake, 5.1 mag was detected near Kermadec Islands region. Light earthquake, 4.8 mag has occurred near the North Island. Minor earthquake, 2.8 mag strikes near Gardendale in Texas. Minor earthquake, 2.9 mag was detected near Gardendale in Texas. Moderate earthquake, 5.2 mag was detected near Santa Cruz in Chile. Moderate earthquake 5.2 mag, Kermadec Islands region. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag has occurred near Ternate in Indonesia. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Every girl can't be a scientist until we make big changes. Living hell, concerns mount over dramatic deterioration in Yemen conflict. Failing to collect data about women is no trivial offense. 5 steps to combat gender-based violence globally. Inequality, COVID-19 and the plight of the young. Sustainable Development Goals can guide Asia-Pacific to build back better. COP26 and India's NDCs. Policy inconsistencies and poor research slow young farmers in Africa. Magellan, Inquisition and Globalization. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Columbia University hosting 6 separate graduation ceremonies based on income level, race, ethnicities. Tulsi Gabbard blasts globalist organization for releasing fake news report to foment war with Syria. Matt Taibbi, the Sovietization of the American press. U.S. COVID relief was enough to give every taxpayer $41,870. Digital trails, how the FBI identifies, tracks and rounds up dissidents. Discovery identifies non-DNA mechanism involved in transmitting paternal experience to offspring. Israel behind mysterious attacks on Iranian oil tankers, report claims. When it comes to vaccines, suddenly from verses with matters again. White House, it's Trump's fault that 4,200 children are now sleeping on floor of cages with no sunlight. Italy launches manslaughter investigation as teacher dies hours after getting AstraZeneca jab. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did a 1997 issue of Archie Comics Betty depict remote school in 2021? Do McDonald's golden arches symbolize a mother's breasts? Did Trump refer to China virus on Fox the night Asian women were killed in Atlanta? Was Atlanta shooting suspect Robert Aaron Long a registered Democrat? 15th century bowl found at yard sale sells for $722,000. Are Lyft and Uber offering free rides on St. Patrick's Day? Did Robert Aaron Long post China COVID cover-up message before mass shooting? Did a Prague newspaper call U.S. a confederacy of fools for electing Joe Biden? Expanded testing part of Biden administration school plans. Correction, Trump Georgia story. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Hagler's widow refutes rumors about how he died. Senator Johnson distorts report on violence in defense of his remarks on BLM, Antifa. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Georgia sheriff spokesman posted racist COVID shirts on Facebook. School officer who slammed black teen to ground in viral video still thinks he's the victim. Fox News conflates Trump's Georgia calls, falsely claims corrected WAPO story may have swayed Senate runoffs. 20 ways to donate in support of Asian communities. Newlyweds romantic night at Atlanta massage parlor turned to terror. Be the first to listen to Fever Dreams, the new podcast from the Daily Beast. Bingo's shocked at U.S. horrendous response to migrant surge. Fox host baselessly suggests Biden will turn on teleprompter to answer presser questions. These hiking boots and shoes are our trail-tested favorites. Will identity commencement parties wreck America? No. The next headlines are from the New York Post. How the next mayor and chancellor can fix New York City's broken schools. Facebook cracks down on content glorifying Atlanta spa shootings. Thank your kids for your COVID handout, they'll be paying the price for years. What if Cuomo just won't go, and other commentary. 11 best purse brands making high-quality handbags for spring 2021. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Mars dust storms may cause eerie zodiacal light in Earth's night sky. Blast from the past, rare meteorite recovered in the UK. Listen, octave of light turns exoplanet data into music. Astronomy reviews unistellar Zepscope. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Dead Sea Scroll discoveries open a new window into early humanity. Health experts urge Americans to get the first vaccine available to them. High risk of large and dangerous tornadoes across South Atlantic Ocean circulation weakens, sparking climate worries. Dangerous coronavirus variants spread across U.S. as states ease restrictions. How Facebook plans to fight COVID-19 disinformation. Facebook plans to help 50 million users get vaccinated. Countries across Europe suspend use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine over blood clot fears. School solar panel savings give every teacher up to $15,000 raises. Moderna announces COVID-19 vaccine trials for children. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Dick Hoyt, marathoner known for pushing his son during races, dies at 80. Angie's List name change to Angie and complete rebranding. NYPD to beef up presence in Asian neighborhoods after Atlanta shooting spree. Victims of Atlanta shooting include spot owner and a woman getting a couple's massage with her husband. NY Assembly names outside lawyers to lead Cuomo impeachment investigation. Tanzania President John Magufuli dies at 61. COVID vaccinations open to more workers, NYC surpasses 3 million vaccinated. Cuomo gets vaccinated at Harlem pop-up clinic, former Rep. Charlie Rangel defends governor. House moves closer towards ratifying the ERA, protecting women from domestic violence. Metropolitan Opera maestro James Levine dead at 77, long career ended with firing for sexual misbehavior. The following headlines are from military.com. Lawmakers' Academy nominations favor white students, report finds. NTC's new op for combat vehicles will look and perform like modern enemy battle wagons. Repairs underway to save historic warship taking on water. West Coast Marines are first to try out new amphibious combat vehicle to replace legacy AAV. Military warns social media users of scammers pretending to be U.S. commander in Afghanistan. Top military court considers challenge to DOD's authority to court-martial some retirees. The Army has a timeline for when soldiers will test robotic combat vehicles. As troop pullout looms, Afghanistan fighting for its very survival, IG says. Biden calls Afghanistan withdrawal deadline of May 1st tough. U.S. Putin approved operations to help Trump against Biden. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. On the anniversary of Illinois coronavirus school shutdown, CPS sets goal of first vaccines for all employees by April to help get us back to normal. Chicago to begin vaccinating those with health conditions and remaining essential workers on March 29, Mayor Lori Lightfoot says. The Spin, Mayor Lori Lightfoot announces Chicago vaccination expansion and eligible Trump Tower staff received shots at Blitz salutes Underwood, other House Democrats in swing districts for backing COVID-19 relief package. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, Chicago to begin next COVID-19 vaccine phase at end of March, state reports 102,390 doses administered, 1,655 new cases, 17 more deaths. Chicago Walgreens stores aren't consistently giving COVID-19 vaccines to people with health conditions, why? Social graces, here's what to do when vaccinated friends want to get together while you're still at risk for the coronavirus. Woman killed while pushing her husband out of path of oncoming truck in Elgin, Kane County coroner says. How to get a COVID-19 vaccine in Chicago. Here's what you need to know about COVID-19 vaccines in Illinois. The following headlines are from phys.org. By Alpha, Ada, Greek alphabet ditched for hurricane names. Polystyrene waste is everywhere, and it's not biodegradable. Scientists just found a way to break it down. Scientists 1 million hops closer to ending a disease endemic in cattle. Jupiter's Great Red Spot feeds on smaller storms. Researchers reveal the extent to which rivers across the country are losing flow to aquifers. Global warming helps invasive species flourish. Study models likely combined effects on ecosystems. Scientists discover the key to mitigating impact of artificial light at night in tropical forests. Researchers create more accurate model of how some microbes search for nutrients. Uncovering the structure and gating mechanism of a 7 protein. Emblems of a city, the bats of Abidjan face troubled future. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, March 17th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. What would happen if the Earth stopped spinning? Why don't some people seem to get hangovers? Where does the food in your garbage disposal go? 3 best reusable water bottles to buy right now. Top 5 skincare products for men. Despite North America's recent deep freeze, the heat's still on globally. Pandemic plastic is flooding the oceans. How slow, deep breathing taps into a natural rhythm in our bodies. 7 ancient indigenous inventions that are part of our lives today. Best CBD oil for pain, top 5 brands and buyer's guide. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Hate crimes, geopolitical conflict. Chelsea beats Atletico, back in CL quarters after 7 years. Ending anti-Asian violence requires urgent action at all levels. Texas man charged in connection with deadly migrant crash. Woman refuses to wear mask in Texas, again, gets arrested. For Biden, questions about Cuomo grow harder to ignore. States windfall another strike against capital gains tax. Bayern beat Lazio for Champions League quarter-final spot. While its AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccinations are suspended, Europe is confronting a third wave. Maryland lawmakers approve $577 to settle HBCU lawsuit. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. City, community leaders rally behind new San Jose police chief after surge of scrutiny. Man charged with killing 8 people at Georgia massage parlors. Angelina Jolie, children may testify about Brad Pitt's alleged abuse, court records show. Warriors Wiseman, Pascal out versus Rockets due to COVID contact tracing. Coyote Valley, $16 million deals preserve open space and farmland on San Jose's southern edges. Meet the artist behind this colorful new mural in San Jose. Special report, Coronavirus in the Bay Area, a year in review, Part 1. Holes in one, ace is carded at Bay Area golf courses. What can 49ers expect from Cal product Alex Mack's news center? Bay Area TV sports, what to watch on Thursday, Friday. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Ex-CEO at Goodyear Charter School gets prison in fraud case. Officers in Colorado rescue goose with arrow lodged in body. Colorado lawmakers consider permanent fence around Capitol. Texas COVID-19 hospitalizations falling further below 4,000. Advocates push for changes to Minnesota's predatory registry. Scientists in U.S. and Canada set to battle murder hornets. Vice President's husband tours New Mexico vaccination clinic. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Biden's Justice Department is defending a Trump rule that restricts options for immigration relief. White supremacists, conspiracy theorists are targeting cell towers, police warn. What Biden's talking filibuster could look like. Liberal think tanks outline steps to resuming student loan payments in September. Amazon retaliated against Chicago workers following spring COVID-19 protests, NLRB fines. Hope is a discipline, Mariam Kaba on dismantling the carceral state. Feeble pandemic protections of private Texas prison leave people fearing death behind bars. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Solving ancient problem of nucleic acid synthesis helps to design new antiviral drugs. FAU researchers break bonds in molecular nitrogen with calcium. Cambodian study assesses 3D scanning technologies for prosthetic limb design. Scientists shrink pancreatic tumors by starving their cellular neighbors. The blue economy is more than resources, it has to focus on social equity and governance. Simple blood test could replace surgery for some brain tumor patients. South African Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine study a global game changer. Health disparities in type 1 diabetes and COVID-19 infection with Dr. Catherine Sumter. A new, vital player in graft versus host disease and organ transplant rejection. Ultrasound has potential to damage coronaviruses, study finds. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Trump Tower vaccine fiasco absolutely can never be repeated, Lightfoot says. 75-year-old woman dies months after Oakland fire. Vowing to share reopening plan in next few days, Pritzker optimistic state is getting to the end of the pandemic. Aldermen debate pros, cons of booting vehicles on private lots. French bulldogs are now second most popular breed in U.S., according to latest AKC rankings. Chicago to expand vaccine eligibility to most residents March 29. 401,000 might be hurt short-term by the economy's overall good news. Here's why. 1 in 3 CPS students back in classrooms are being taught by remote teachers, Principals Association says. Wednesday's high school basketball scores. The soon-to-be eligible Phase 1C recipients likely to start receiving doses through April and May, will have updates. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis Little Bevo to reopen as private event space. Schlafly Beer expands oyster offerings after Stout and Oysterfest sells out. Mega vaccination event scheduled for St. Louis. Keep these COVID changes, ditch the rest. Hartman, Missouri GOP attacks trans kids for sport. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. You can now get pastries 6 days a week at Promenade Artisan Foods in Detroit's Fisher Building. Drag queen Laganja Estranja on performing for this year's Hash Bash. Nurse charged with larceny for allegedly stealing COVID-19 vaccines from TCF Center. Russell Street Deli owners plot pizza and pasta spot in Hamtramck, 2 years after closing. Nurse busted stealing COVID-19 vaccines from TCF Center in Detroit. 21 socially distant things to do outdoors in Michigan this spring. In a week of bad arguments and risible remarks from awful men, including New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, one stands above the rest. Detroit's long-standing Louisiana Creole gumbo expands to the suburbs. Savage Love, phone job. Free Will Astrology, March 17th to 23rd. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, March 17th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Deshaun Watson sued for sexual assault by multiple women. Arthur of the 13 Days, Texas' only utility commissioner ousted after call with investors leaks. River Oaks Theater might be saved. Rebirth of a garden, after the freeze. Astro fans, we need to enjoy Zach Greinke more. Houston Goths need exercise, too. Goth yoga has the hookup. Houston Concert Watch 3/17, Jonathan Tyler, David Allen Coe and more. As Acevedo packs for Miami, his mixed legacy in Texas comes into focus. Cactus flowers bloom again in Solace. Unhappy anniversary, the DeAndre Hopkins trade justification revisited. The next headlines are about world records making news. Dhaka kicks off Jubilee celebrations with world record, Arab news. Sanjay Moore's area from Little Darling on Guinness World Record attempt, beats Asia. 8-year-old uses hands and feet to break Rubik's Cube world record, UPI news. Sierra Nevada catapulted a keg of their beer over 438 feet to set a new world record, Food and Wine. 6 truly bizarre world record attempts made in Berkshire, Bracknell news. Villanova's Delaney starred in NCAA 1500/mile, U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. BTS set another massive Guinness World Record with Dynamite, Billboard. XQC takes lessons on how to speed run in Minecraft from the new world record holder, Essentially Sports. New York Business 1,100 square foot Shamrock aims for world record, UPI news. While you wait for the vaccine, try breaking a Guinness World Record to pass the time, the takeout. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. An alkaline water brand is making people seriously ill in Nevada, officials say. Tick bites, bad breath, and broken bones, people are blaming the COVID-19 vaccine for anything. This surveillance company claims it can track nearly any car in real time. RIP piracy on YouTube. Mouse embryos grow successfully in beakers, a step toward an artificial womb. The 10 best deals of March 17, 2021. Why Medicare for All must be part of the Green New Deal. Who the hell is behind the Zombie Movie Pass website? The I'm a Mac guy is now mocking Macs for Intel. Amazon's Kindle author service dumps problematic Mobi files. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Bernie in -Pinkani at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Concordia in Antarctica at -92.02 degrees Fahrenheit or -68.9 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. FreeBSD kernel node WireGuard moves forward out of tree. Amid panic over AstraZeneca vaccine, WHO urges countries to keep using it. Intel hires Justin Long to mock Macs and throwback to 2000s I'm a Mac ads. A severe weather outbreak is underway across the southern United States. Intel Rocket Lake S desktop gaming CPUs are here. Samsung Galaxy A52 is the follow-up to Samsung's best-selling phone. AT&T whines about California net neutrality law as internet service provider's case appears doomed. A Maya ambassador's grave reveals his surprisingly difficult life. Study finds 3 feet distancing in schools is enough, but debate is far from over. The Queen of the Nürburgring, Sabine Schmitz, has died. The following headlines are from Raw Story. That's an insult to idiots. Nicole Wallace disputes Ron Johnson, Devin Nunes and Giuliani as useful idiots. Capitol Police turned loose a rioter on January 6 because they had no transportation for him, report. U.S. Senate to debate Democrats' key voting rights bill. Why some are calling Atlanta shooter's excuse of sex addiction complete crap. U.S. Intel believes Trump voter fraud narrative will inspire more violence from domestic extremists, report. Suspect who beat and robbed elderly Asian man arrested. Capitol attacker arrested outside a vice presidential residence had car full of weapons to take care of his problem. Amazon to expand healthcare service across U.S. White House's Jen Psaki says Donald Trump contributed to anti-Asian hate with Kung flu and China virus. Lightning strikes may have provided missing ingredient for Earth's first organisms. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. They're really going to tell us the Atlanta shootings aren't about racism, huh? Watch Rep. Marie Newman explain why the Equality Act matters to trans kids. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock eviscerates Republican voter suppression tactics. Joe Biden's economic recovery has a narrative, now it needs a legacy. What we know about the Atlanta area massage parlor shootings. The most radical Republicans aren't in Congress, they're in the state houses. The world tried to make women like you well, you didn't. How Maria Garcia, and a whole generation, are honoring Selena and finding themselves. Putin did it again, new intelligence report says Moscow helped Trump in 2020. Russia worked to boost Trump in 2020, with help from Giuliani, Fox News, and OAN. The Texas freeze set off a methane bomb. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. The Zoologist's Guide to the Galaxy Review, Critters of the Cosmos, The Wall Street Journal. Actor Drew plotted for role as first black Bond villain, The Straits Times. No cigar, interstellar object is cookie-shaped planet shard, WNYT. Yaphet Kotto, first black Bond villain and alien actor, dies at 81, The Straits Times. Yaphet Kotto, who played Bond villain and alien crew member, dies at 81, The Washington Post. When the aliens arrive, what will they look like? A zoologist has answers, The New York Times. Primordial lightning strikes may have helped life emerge on Earth, Reuters. Yaphet Kotto, James Bond villain and alien star, dies at 81, The New York Times. Yaphet Kotto, James Bond villain and alien actor, passes away at the age of 81, First Post. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Compass pathways, RNPV probabilities of success are underestimated, seeking alpha. IL-4-driven microglia modulates stress resilience through BDNF-dependent neurogenesis, science advances. Bio-inspired mechanophotonic artificial synapse based on graphene MOS2 heterostructure, science advances. Primate cell fusion disentangles gene regulatory divergence in neurodevelopment, nature.com. Algernon Pharmaceuticals submits US FDA pre-industrial meeting request for psychedelic drug DMT clinical research program for stroke, biospace. Study investigates how neurons construct synapses of different strengths, newsmedical.net. New neuroscience-driven multisensory technologies to help the vision impaired, Eureka Alert. Minds Lab Pro Review, best all-in-one brain booster on the market, fingerlakes1.com. Anavex Life Sciences reports Anavex 2-73, blarcamazine, featured as a disease-modifying small molecule in Phase 3 clinical trials in a new publication in Medical Journal titled Future Avenues for Alzheimer's Disease Detection and Therapy, Biospace. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. This startup was after immortality, then COVID killed it, Utah business, Utah business. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, March 17, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO appears through a portal, hovers over house, claims East Lancashire resident. Military cover-up of the Dexter UFO incident led to greater government transparency. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, March 17, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno@xenomails2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.